light illuminates their imperfections, hence their attempts to dull your shine. Light 'em up.
My name and flowers grew right out the brown soil. My vision's clear as glass, the robe is purple satin plus the crown's royal. Allow me to give you a demonstration. Holding your breath, waiting for me to fail only brings hyperventilation. See, I'm a soldier that's ready for any situation. So me and life double dated my trials and tribulations. Won't be remembered for not speaking out. I Google map my whole approach, so I chose not to take the peaceful route. I promise I can't make this shit up. I shed a tear, then use the mic stand to hold my chin up. They plot and strategize on different ways to make me give up. That's easier said than done, like a woman that's 9 months pregnant doing sit-ups. Yeah, I read the book of life, defeat was never in my story. Just brutal fights on the battlefield is bloody and gory. Showing off is a fool's idea of glory. Call me foolish, then in the clutch I make them drop like I was Robert Ory. See, in this world you gotta sink or swim. Boy, I'm a legend, when I die my presence never will be felt again. This greatness rare, but see I kept it in. Isolation in the demons, guardian angels been my only friend. I've been at war with myself in silence. Had a mental malfunction, forced to go into hiding. For powerless like
right now, cause then you gonna understand, whoever get in my way, I'm a dog walk their ass.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's game day. This is the most excited I've been about for a game in a very long time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but welcome in. Welcome to the Big Mike Raider Show. I'm your host, Big Mike Raider. You know what the deal is, man. We're gonna talk about the latest Raider news. Hey, we interviewed another coach today. I'm gonna go down the list, and then we're gonna go over the betting odds. Who is the favorite to be the next Las Vegas Raiders coach? We're gonna talk about some rumors. Hey, Lamar Jackson, is he possibly going to be a Raider? We might have to give the number one pick. And I'll let you know how I feel about that one. I won't give too much away. We'll talk about it, even though Walt, shout out to Walt, doesn't want to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it. And then Fernandomania 2.0, we got to talk about it. National Championship game tonight. Indiana Hoosiers 15-0 going against the Miami Hurricanes with that tough defense. Hey, that vaunted offense. They got some 4 and 5 stars. Hey, Indiana's kind of the underdog, but not really. Just if you look at roster-wise, Miami has the better roster from top to bottom as far as prospects go, as far as recruits go. Miami should take care of business, but Indiana's still favored because of the Kurt Signetti and Fernando Mendoza effect. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it, and we're going to talk about some of the guys to look at in this game today, draft prospect wise. I'm going to list a couple of my favorite guys for you guys to watch in tonight's game versus in that national championship, Indiana Hoosiers versus Miami Hurricanes. It should be a good one. Hey, we're going to get into this thing, but before we do, man, we got 43 in the building. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Share it to everybody, man. I got you for a time, but not a long time. After this show, make sure you go down the dial and check out Wasted Talent, man. He's going to be in the building at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern, wherever that time is where you're at. Man, make sure you hit that bell for Wasted Talent as well in about another hour, man. We got some things to talk about. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got 47 in the building right now. Shout out to Walt with the Casanova Court Club in the building. Let me see who else we got here, man. We got Ron Justice in the building. We got my guy, CGR, my father in the building. Let's effing go. Raider Nation for life. Let's go. We got Raiders Primos in the building. Let me see what else we got going on. We got Ant in the building, man. Shout out to my guy, Ant. Hank Schrader in the building. Salute to you. We got a member of the Big Mike Raider Fleet, George Cortinez, 8210. Raiders. And you already know what to do, man. Link at the top. If you want to become a member of the Big Mike Raider Fleet, go ahead and check it out, man. Appreciate the support in advance. Let's see who else we got. We got Emmanuel B, 9528 in the building. Let me see. We got JX Raider. George says Super Bowl's coming in, man. Hey, it starts here if we're gonna do it, man. It starts today. Dominique 5 in the building. Good to see Dominique in the building. Salute to you, bro. MG's Raiders in the building. JX Raider, like I said. Let me see. Keep scrolling down. We got who else we got in here, man? Let me see. Daniel Caps in the building. He says almost game time. I'm excited, man. We're gonna talk about it. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. 57 right now. Louis G, 23 in the building. Big Mike Raider. You already know, man. And Daniel Caps just become a member of the Big Mike Raider fleet. Welcome aboard, man. Salute to you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the love. Thank you for the support. And we got 59. We're going to let this thing warm up a little bit. Didn't realize I wasn't a member. Hey, I appreciate the support either way, man. Much love to you. Much love to Daniel Caps, a long-time watcher over here, Big Mike Raider. I appreciate you, man. But, guys, let's jump into this thing, man. Some Raiders news before we get into Fernandomania 2.0 today. Hey, updated interview candidates. As of today, we interviewed Mike McDaniel. We're going to be bringing in Jesse Minter for a second interview. As a total so far since the season ended, the Raiders have brought in 14 candidates for this head coaching position. We're going to start off at the top of the list. We brought in Kevin Stefanski. As you know, he signed up with the Atlanta Falcons. He's going to be their head coach over there. Matt Nagy, offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. That is a big no for me. I'm sure you guys agree with me on that one. Davis Webb, interesting name, quarterback coach for the Denver Broncos, young 30-year-old guy, up and coming in this world. Somebody to consider at least, right? It's an interesting name. Vance Joseph, defensive coordinator for Denver Broncos. Great defense that he's running over there. They're in the AFC Championship, but no thank you, right? Clint Kubiak, offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. That is my favorite right now. We're going to talk about some stuff regarding that one and kind of my take on Clint Kubiak and possibly his brother alongside him as well. Jesse Minter already mentioned him, defensive coordinator for Los Angeles Chargers. Ejiro Evero, defensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. They seem to like him. Jeff Hafley, defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. Chris Shula, defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams. So some D coordinators from some solid defenses that they're looking at as well. Nate Shieldhaas, pass game coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams. They are picking the brains of that operation over there, what it seems like, right? They also went over and talked to Mike LaFleur, offensive coordinator for Los Angeles Rams. Joe Brady, one of my favorites. He's my second favorite candidate for the Raiders, in my opinion. Offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. He might be getting thrusted up to the head coaching position because of the firing of what's his name? What's his name, guys? What's the guy's name that just got fired? Sean McDermott. There you go. Sean McDermott for the Buffalo Bills was just fired. They're looking for a head coach. We're going to talk about that a little bit, how it affects the Raiders. And Clay Kubiak, the brother of Clint Kubiak, passing game specialist for the 49ers. Mike McDaniel, former head coach of the Miami Dolphins. They interviewed him today. That is my third favorite pick of this one. Who do you guys like to be our head coach? You guys already know Clint Kubiak is my favorite. My concern for this one, as you guys already know, the Buffalo Bills fired Sean McDermott today. Had a 9-year run with the Buffalo Bills to where he took them to the playoffs back-to-back years. Just couldn't get the job done no matter who was in front of them. They just couldn't get it done, right? And for that reason, the Buffalo Bills wanted to part ways to I guess, get somebody offensive-minded to get Josh Allen over the hump, right? Now, here's my concern for this, right? That seems to be the best coaching vacancy right now in the NFL is the Buffalo Bills job, right? You got the quarterback and MVP who is, you know, if the offensive line is right, if there's more weapons, if you get an offensive-minded head coach in the building in Buffalo, they could go to a Super Bowl. They could be easily a favorite to be in this Super Bowl next year, right? And because of that, these head coaches that are on the top of this list, the top of my list, the top of probably all you guys' list, I'm looking at the Clint Kubiaks of the world. I'm looking at the Joe Brady's of the world. These guys can actually be somebody that the Buffalo Bills consider to be their next head coach, particularly our favorite, my favorite, a lot of people's favorite, Clint Kubiak. And along with Clint Kubiak, he could bring his brother in as an OC, right? The one thing that's been kind of eluding Josh Allen is having that offensive-minded head coach in there. Now, Joe Brady, excellent offensive coordinator there, but maybe they want a guy who's more offensive-minded as the head coach over there. And for that reason, I think that, Clint Kubiak can look at possibly the Bills' job and be like, that's pretty intriguing. I can go there and turn the ship around and bring a championship to Buffalo. But let me hear what you guys think, man. Hopefully that's not the case, but it seems to me that the Buffalo Bills job is now the hottest vacancy in the NFL right now. Let me hear what you guys think about it, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to 91 in the building, man. Let me see. He's shout out to Accelerator. He says Big Mike for head coach, man. I love it, man. I love it. Ant with the nonsense says bring back Gruden. Oh, and there you go. Breaking news right here. Former defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, Jeff Hafley, is now the Dolphins. He's going to Dolphins to be the Miami head coach. Thank you guys for that one. I did not know that, so I don't know how long ago that was announced. But hey, the Miami Dolphins just brought in a new head coach. So hey, there you go. One team off the list right there. I want McDaniel, Webb, or Schilhaas as the head coach. There you go. There you go, man. There you go. Let me see. Mentor is the front runner. That's what it seems like to me, too. They brought him in for a second interview. I'm okay. I wanted a more offensive-minded coach. I understand the Jesse Mentor connection, the Michigan connection with Brady and Spy Tech. I get it. So, maybe we do have a Michigan connection in the building when it's all said and done. But we better bring a top of the line OC when it's all said and done. Let me see. Hank Schrader in the building. He says Bill did their coach dirty. Not gonna lie. Hey, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I agree, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Mitch just got it out right now himself. Okay, so there you go, man. Let me see. You're dying for another Ghetto Boys joke, Big Mike, aren't you? Shout out to Accelerator, man. Much love to you, all you guys, man. We got 92 in the building. Let's move on to the next one. We can't waste any time at all today, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let me see. Let me pull up the next one right here. So, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let me see. Share the screen. That's not the one I want to share with you. We'll talk about that one later. Let me see. Why isn't it doing it? Add to stage. Let's get you off of there. Let me see. Why isn't that popping up? All right. I'm not going to fuss with it, man. So, shout out to Jamie Eisner on X. Updated odds to be the Las Vegas Raiders' next head coach. Clint Kubiak is the favorite right now at a plus 175. Right behind him, surprisingly, Davis Webb, 30-year-old. I think he was a pass game coordinator, and he's looking to move his way up. He's a plus 375, the second highest odds to be the next head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. Mike McDaniel, next odds at plus 375. All right. Then we have Brian Flores, a name that we haven't really talked much of, right? I don't even think they've even interviewed him at this point. He's a plus 500, so he's in that top four. And then Ivero at plus 800. Sean McDermott, another guy that they might kick the tires and see what's up with Sean McDermott, a defensive-minded coach, at plus 900. And then we got Joe Brady rounded out 10-1. Robert Saleh 12-1. Cliff Kingsbury, long shot, 20-1. Mike LaFleur also at 20-1. Mike McCarthy, 25-1. And Chris Schuler rounding it out with a long shot of 25-1. So those are your updated odds to be the next Raiders head coach. If you guys want to put a bet in, go ahead and do it. If I had to put a bet, in what's going to happen. Hopefully Clint Kubiak doesn't look at that Bills job and it's like, hey, that's the perfect fit for me. But to be honest with you, I could see either Clint Kubiak or Mike McDaniel being our next head coach. Davis Webb is an interesting name to look at. He's only 30 years old. He'll be 31 at the end of the month. That is an interesting name. I think it's going to come down to those three names. Joe Brady is somebody I will look at. And then on this list, to be shockingly, there's not a mentor on this list. I would assume that his odds are probably around the Clint Kubiak odds as well. For whatever reason, mentor is not on this list. So let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know what you think. Salute to everybody. 103 in the building, man. Shout out to Raider Dolph. He says, if we go with another defensive head coach, we need to get McDaniels as OC. And if the head coach fails, then promote Dan McDaniel. So I was actually okay with Mike McDaniel being our offensive coordinator, not necessarily being the head coach. Now, my problem with a guy like Mike McDaniel is his leadership, right? And maybe it's the old schoolness in me. If you talk to any of my guys, you talk to Wasted or anybody else, right? They would probably tell you the same thing, right? The leadership, the laissez-faire, nonchalant mentality and demeanor that he kind of brings. It's kind of off-putting to me and a lot of others, right? Now, this is a new day and age, right? This is a new football day and age. The young guys are coming up, and they have a different mentality, right? They have a different way of looking at things, and maybe they're not really necessarily receptive to, in general, to a guy that's a rah-rah, in your face, do as I say, not as I do type of mentality, as me and others have grown up to be accustomed to from other head coaches. And if that's the case, Mike McDaniel might be a good fit. But me personally, because of that leadership style that I'm not really a fan of, I'll pass on Mike McDaniel. But he's still like third on my list just because of what he brings to the table offensively. That's not my ideal pick. I'm not saying I hate it. I'm not saying I love it. I'd be okay with it. But if you bring in a guy like Davis Webb will be an excellent fit for a Mike McDaniel to kind of be alongside him. Now, I don't know what kind of system Davis Webb will run, if it would even mesh well with a Mike McDaniel, but that would be something interesting to bring in, and then bring in a top of the line defensive coordinator in that situation. But hey, stay tuned on that one, man. Shout out to Yaya in the building. He says, good point, man. Hey, salute to you. Thanks for the support, man. Let me see. Yes, sir. CGR. Hey, CGR speaking nothing but the truth, man. So those are some of the odds right there. So let's get into some more Raider news. And this is probably one of the biggest news rumors, stories that has been kind of surfacing in the last couple of hours. And we're talking about the rumor of Lamar Jackson being the next quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders, possibly, right? Let me read it, right? Pro Football Talks, Mike Florio, our favorite guy in the world, right? The ventriloquist himself, has reported that there is a feeling out there around the league that the Las Vegas Raiders may make a play to acquire Lamar Jackson via trade. The speculation has been discussed on previous Pro Football Talk segments and articles, right? The source of the speculation, the initial speculation within Pro Football Talk seems to stem from a column by Mike Preston of the Baltimore Sun, which mentioned Miami and Las Vegas as two potential destinations if trade talks were to occur, right? Potential assets that the Raiders will probably have to give up, and you guys already know what it is, right? The Raiders hold the number 1 overall pick in the upcoming 2026 draft, as you guys already know, and have significant cap space, which makes a potential trade package feasible. The idea floated has been that the Raiders could offer the first overall pick for Lamar Jackson. Jackson's control. Any potential trade will be complicated by Jackson's contract, which includes a no trade clause. So he would have to approve of him becoming a Raider, right? This means Jackson would have to approve any move, giving him control over the outcome. So In context, the speculation emerged amidst uncertainty regarding Jackson's contract situation and the Ravens' search for a new head coach following the firing of John Harbaugh. So, what do you guys think of Lamar Jackson becoming a Raider? We have the number 1 overall pick. We have tons of cap space. It is feasible for him to become a Raider. Here's my take on this one. I'm going to tell you right now, it is a big, fat no. Do not bring in Lamar Jackson as our next quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I say this, let's look at some of his statistics this year, right? 13 games played. Last couple seasons, he's been missing a lot of games. He's injury prone at this point. He's heading towards that 30-year-old mark, right? And in most cases, quarterbacks aren't old in that situation, but a 30-year-old quarterback who scrambles around and uses his legs rather primarily than throwing the ball downfield and sitting in the pocket is not ideal for me, right? We've seen it in the past with other quarterbacks, a particular quarterback being Cam Newton, where, you know, Cam Newton was a guy that used his legs and also threw the ball downfield. But when he hit that ripe age of 30, you started to see a slight decline from Cam Newton, you know, and I'm afraid that a 30-year-old Lamar Jackson coming in as the next Raiders quarterback is going to be problematic for us, right? My guy Wasted, shout out to you, man. He says it best, right? I don't want the worst version of something that used to be good. And that includes a quarterback. That includes a head coach. We've done this too many times where we get a player or a head coach that the tread is off the tire. The fastball isn't there anymore, right? And in this case, it makes me a little weary that bringing in a guy like Lamar Jackson may not fit what we're trying to do for the future. I think we're not going to get the best of Lamar Jackson. I'm going to continue with some of his stats. This year, he threw for a little over 2,500 yards, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 349 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. Not the greatest numbers for Lamar Jackson this year. He has a lot of injuries, but that's the concern, right? The injury history. Here's my second concern, right? I don't want Lamar Jackson coming in here making demands of what he would want as head coach and all this other stuff, because a guy of his ilk, a guy of his resume, he's going to come in here and with the Raiders and start demanding he wants a certain type of a certain type of offensive coordinator, certain type of head coach, right? If it doesn't mesh with what we're trying to do, it's not going to be a good fit. There's multiple reasons why I don't think this is a good fit, but let me know. Would you guys want Lamar Jackson as the next quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders? And on top of that, man, we got to give up the number 1 pick if that's a possibility, right? I don't want to give up the number 1 pick. Let's start fresh. I want to bring in Fernando Mendoza as our next head coach. And hey, I'm looking at the poll. I put up a poll, simple question. Would you want Lamar Jackson to become a Raider? If you guys want to participate in the poll, right there you go at the top right there. And it says 87% says no. No Lamar Jackson, 62 votes right there, and climbing 13% say yes. But let me hear what you guys think, man. Do you guys want Lamar Jackson as your next quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders? Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Let's see. Let me scroll all the way up. He says, in my opinion, if we're set on drafting Fernando Mendoza, which I truly hope is the case, shouldn't our head coach candidate be solely based on who can develop Mendoza the best? Yeah. So every guy that we kind of did a breakdown of some of the head coaches that I think would be a good fit. Kevin Stefanski was one of them. He's with the Falcons. I brought up Clint Kubiak, a guy who runs more of a West Coast type of offense, is going to use that 12 personnel. He mixes things up, gets the tight ends involved, gets the running game involved. I think that's an ideal fit with what we're trying to do. Joe Brady is very similar to more of a shape-shifting type of offensive coordinator, depending on what we have personnel-wise. He's going to doctor his system to what we have. That's a good fit. Mike McDaniel, more of a guy that's kind of play action, run first type of dude, a West Coast offense type of guy. I think for Fernando Mendoza, a guy that is that has more of a West Coast offense, Shanahan type of offense where you're getting rid of the ball pretty quickly. I think that's an ideal fit for a guy like Fernando Mendoza. So that's what we're looking at. And to be honest with you, I think that's where they're going to go. I think that we're going to go with a guy that's more on that Shanahan tree and is going to be kind of West Coast offense minded and more quarterback friendly. Now, a guy like what's the guy's name? Not Clint Kubiak, Cliff Kingsbury, kind of a run and shoot type of dude. That doesn't necessarily fit what Fernando Mendoza kind of brings to the table. Not saying that Fernando Mendoza can't, light up the scoreboard, but we've seen it even with Indiana. He's more effective when he's throwing the ball about 20 times a game and getting the running backs involved as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at, man. But shout out to Bald's in Nation in the building, becoming a YouTube member. You guys already know, if you guys want to be a member of the Big Mike Raider fleet, hey, make sure you hit that link at the top. Welcome aboard, Bald's Nation in the building, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love, man. Hey, hopefully this isn't, I don't recognize your name. I don't recognize the face. Hopefully this isn't your last time here, man. Much love to you, man. Thanks for the love and support, man. I appreciate it. Let me see, man. Pass on Lamar Jackson. EJ Raider says pass on Lamar Jackson. Raider Dangerfield says Indiana by 10. I love it. No, but hell nah. George speaking his mind right there. Let me see. Love Lamar, but get our guy. Absolutely. I agree with you, man. Let me see. Caps, a member of the Big Mike Raider fleet. He says pass on Lamar. He can't win with the Ravens. He damn sure not winning with us. Whew. Man, it's hard to disagree with that, man. It's hard to disagree. We got to build from the ground up, man. That's really what it comes down to. We can't give the pick, no doubt. Yeah, number one pick is a little too steep for me. A little too steep for my blood, man, for sure. And shout out to Chris for Raiders becoming a YouTube member, man. I appreciate you, man. Much love to you. Welcome aboard. Salute to you. Welcome to the fleet, baby. Man, much love, man. Much love to you guys. Once again, if you guys want to become a member, that link is at the top. Let's see. We all know an OC can get hired as a head coach at any point after any type of success. Our head coach candidate should be a brilliant offensive mind, so the system stays here to develop Mendoza as we build. Absolutely. That's a good way to look at it, right? Continuity is what's been eluding us for a very long time. We haven't had a head coach here for longer than a year and a half, in about 5 years. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, that is a fact. We need somebody that's going to be here to see the development of a Fernando Mendoza for years to come. We got to see it, right? Let's see. And shout out to Diehard Raider, man, for that comment. Let me see who else. 24. Hey, I don't know what that is. CGR still in the building, man. Much love to you. Made up news. We ain't signing them. Hey, it might be made up news, but hey, a credible source brought up the idea. It was noteworthy for us to talk about it. I don't like the idea of Lamar Jackson becoming a Raider at all, man. But hey, whenever we hear some Raiders related news, we got to talk about it, man. That's the name of the game. Let's see. Let me see what else we got here, man. We got Big Jim. He says Raiders are in a unique position to build from the ground up with no immediate expectations. Built this thing right. GM, head coach, quarterback, grow this thing together and unified. I can't disagree with you at all, man. Let me see. You know what? Hey, Bald's Nation, you might have a different name, man. That's probably why I didn't recognize you, man. Much love to you, bro. New member of the Big Mike Raider fleet. Let me see. Alec M says Fernando is our guy, man. Let's see. Big Mike with the big word ilk. I did use that word, huh? Let me see. Yeah, agreed. EJ, he says it's not peak Lamar anymore. So you guys are pretty much on board with the no on that one. Hell to the no to Jackson. Shout out to Ballies Nation, new member. Let me see. Hard no on Lamar for real. I'm going to scroll down. Let me see. Just get our guy, baby. Big Kev Dog says, just get our guy, man. Mike McDaniels. I'm okay with Mike McDaniels. He's not number one on my list, but yeah, we definitely got to bring in Fernando Mendoza when it's all said and done. We got Franklin Skinner in the building, a Planet Raiders alumni in the building, man. Much love to you. Much love, man. Let me see. Hank Schrader says, I can care less about either of the college teams tonight, but hopefully Indiana puts it away. We don't need any doubts in the room and have the Raiders do some rash come April. Yeah. So let's put a pin in that, guys. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got 144 in the building. Much love to you. Hey, make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks, and become a member of the Big Mike Raider fleet. And hey, this is your first time here. Share this thing out, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. All that good stuff. Hit the bell. Hey, and we'll be here all off season talking about Fernando Mendoza, man. This is going to be where you get the most in-depth Fernando Mendoza news. You're going to get it right here, man. We're going to talk about Fernando Mendoza ad nauseum all off season, man, because, hey, he's going to be our next quarterback. He's going to be the number one pick in the 2026 NFL draft. Let's talk about Fernando Mendoza. Guys, hey, national championship. This is a big game. Here are some of the things that I would like to see from Fernando Mendoza. We've already seen in 2 games that he could take over a game. He had, 8 touchdowns, 5 incompletions, threw for over 300 yards. Very efficient, right? I suspect that Fernando Mendoza is going to see the toughest defense he's seen all season, right? And I'm including Ohio State, which is a really tough defense. But if you know anything about the University of Miami, they are loaded on defense. Bain, that big defensive end leading the way. They got a D tackle over there. They got from top to bottom NFL prospects covering that defense. And this is going to be a tall task for Fernando Mendoza. What I would like to see from Mendoza tonight is, what I like to see from him tonight is when he gets hit in the mouth, him responding to adversity. That's one thing we haven't seen from a Fernando Mendoza. That would be another check off the box for me. I would love to see the Indiana Hoosiers go down early and Fernando Mendoza kind of fight back or kind of keep them alive with some of his throws and showcase some of that grit, some of that toughness that I think Fernando Mendoza has, right? We saw this shown in the Ohio State game late in the 4th quarter. He throws a dart streak down to, I think it was Surratt right there to seal the game right there. We saw it against Penn State where he found Omar Cooper in the back of the end zone for a throw that only Cooper can catch. Got 1 foot in, tippy-toed in the back of the end zone against Penn State on the road, right? Giving them their first win on the road against Penn State in Indiana history, right? So what I want to see in this national championship game is a little bit more. I don't want to really see a blowout because we don't learn much from that, right? What I want to see is Fernando Mendoza being kind of going through some adversity and how he responds to that adversity. That's what I want to see, right? I want to see him throw the ball a little bit more. You know, I'm not looking for the super productive game that he's been having, super efficient type of game. You know, I want to see him throw for 300 yards. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to see him throw for over 300 yards. I want to see him get his wide receivers involved. I want to see him throw some shots so people can stay quiet about what type of quarterback he is, right? I want to see him showcase his skills. I want to see him showcase his grit. That's what I think would be a good fit, a good check off the box and a good showing for Fernando Mendoza tonight, man. And I'm rooting for Indiana to win right now. I'm a big fan of Indiana these days. Kirk Cignetti is doing a great job, but as far as Fernando Mendoza goes, I want to see a little bit more from him. I want to check off a box so I can get that warm and fuzzy that, hey, he's going to be our number one pick. And I'm pretty confident that, you know, whatever's in front of him, he can get the job done, right? Hey, and also, you know, Tom Brady's in the building. Spytek's in the building. Mark Davis is in the building in Miami. So, hey, he's got some eyes watching him. A lot of anybody, a who's in that Raiders brass is watching Fernando Mendoza tonight, man. Let me know what you want to see from Fernando Mendoza tonight. I want to see it. I want to hear from you guys, man. Let me see. He runs like a baby giraffe. He's quick, but it looks awkward as F. Yeah, that's not his strength for sure. But he did a great job last week of finding open spaces and taking them when he could. I want him to protect the ball a little bit more. Fumbling, to me, I can see that being an issue in the at the pro level if he doesn't protect that ball. He's got to work on protecting the ball when he takes off. He fumbled once against Oregon the last game. Luckily, he was recovered by one of his linemen. But that's one thing I would like for him to work on. That's one thing that I would like to see him improve on. Let me see. Mike, I honestly believe Mendoza is the best quarterback coming out of college since Burrow. Interesting. His accuracy, clutch plays, ability to read defenses, and leadership is second to none. Love the kid, man. Hey, a lot of people don't think so, man. And that's a bold take, man. That's some big shoes to fill. Best quarterback coming out since Burrow. I would say the Indiana Hoosiers as a team is probably the best team since that Burrow-led team, that LSU team. Since then, right? Just the way they're coached, the way they play, how they sell out. 15-0, they'll be the first 16-0 team in college football history if they win today. And it'll be almost kind of like paying homage, some of you historians out there, paying homage to that 1976 Indiana Hoosiers basketball team, which was the last college basketball team to go undefeated in college basketball. 1976 Indiana Hoosiers. 50 years later, we're looking at the 2026 Indiana Hoosiers looking to repeat history with that one. So it's pretty interesting, man. Interesting stuff. Let me see. Man said he's his best quarterback coming out next Burrow. Stop, bro. He's all right, but wouldn't say he's the best since Burrow. Interesting. Hey, that's an interesting thing to say. I don't know if I agree with that one, but it's hard to disagree if they go 16-0 and they went murderer's row, basically. Who's who on defense? They take out Miami, Oregon, Alabama, Ohio State. It's kind of hard to disagree with that take, considering who they've beaten leading up to that point. So we'll see, man. We'll see when it's all said and done. But I do like Fernando Mendoza. I think he's highly underrated. A lot of people aren't really saying many good things about him. They're saying it's a weak quarterback class. He's the best quarterback, but he's number one by default type of deal. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to see Mendoza have to get to his second to fourth read and make throws under pressure. Absolutely. That's another good point, Franklin. Hey, that second to fourth read. Now, what I did like from what I saw from him the previous game is that he was kind of moving his head from right to left, and then he eventually took off. Something that I didn't necessarily see from him earlier on in the season. I did see that from him against Oregon. So I would like to see more of that. I would like to see secondary, kind of that secondary look, third, check down if he has to, and keeping himself alive, keeping the chains moving by him processing the field. That's one of the knocks on Fernando Mendoza right now from naysayers, saying that he's not a great processor of defenses and doesn't react quickly enough to throwing the check down or throwing your second and third option on offense. So we'll see, man. But that's a good point. Miami didn't want him as a walk-on. Let's see how he shows up to show them what they missed. Yeah, he's definitely. I think he has like a chip on his shoulder as well. Because I mean, I'm sure he would have loved to stay in Miami and play for the home team. So that's one thing to look at too. What kind of fighter's mentality does Fernando Mendoza bring to the table, man? It's going to be interesting to watch tonight. Let me see. I want to see him protect the ball and work that back shoulder. He's so good at. He is great at throwing that back shoulder throw, man. I think it is excellent. Let Let me see. Money Chuck, shout out to you, man. He says, I want to see Fernando sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter because he beat that ass so bad in the first 3. I mean, it'll be nice to see. I agree with you, right? But what do we learn from Fernando Mendoza blowing out another team, right? Unless he throws for like 400 yards or something like that, then it's like, okay, hey, I'm sold, right? But now, if he throws for like 150 and he does another like 13 for 14 and 4 touchdown type of performance, what do we really learn from that? You know, as Raider fans, what in terms of what type of quarterback we get, right? You know, that's kind of my concern. I want to see him really take over a game is kind of what I'm saying. Long story short. So if that means, you know, he took over the game, threw for 300 plus yards at the half or in 3 quarters or whatever, and he sat down in the fourth because it's such a blowout, excellent, right? We've seen enough. But, you know, I want to see a little bit more as far as performance goes, stuff that we haven't seen yet from him. Let me see. Yep. Hey, and shout out to Hank Schrader once again. Jeff Hafley, new Dolphins head coach. If you guys haven't known by now, we talked about it. He was one of the candidates that the Raiders interviewed. One of 14 candidates the Raiders have interviewed. Jeff Hafley was on that list. Former defensive coordinator for the Packers. He is now the Dolphins head coach. So a little bit of breaking news right there, man. Caleb was a way better prospect. So a couple years ago, Cal versus USC, Fernando Mendoza went toe-to-toe with a Caleb Williams. Just saying, this was a young Fernando Mendoza, sophomore at the time with Cal, and he went toe-to-toe with him. So, hey, and Caleb Williams was, you know, he was an excellent prospect. I'm not taking nothing away, but I think that Fernando Mendoza is he's not chopped liver either, right? That's kind of what I'm saying on that one. Let me see. Trevor Lawrence has been one of the best prospects lately. And he's been kind of underwhelming too, to be honest with you, man. I mean, yeah, he's taking his team to a couple of playoffs, but the way they were talking about Trevor Lawrence when he was coming out, they thought he was going to be the next Elway, Manning, whoever. He was on that list, right? He was that high of a prospect. Turns out that he's a pretty solid, I would say, fringe top 10 quarterback in this league. So, and that's kind of underwhelming, kind of under the expectation of him coming out. Let me see. I don't think Bryce or Caleb were that hyped like Lawrence. That's a fact. Trevor Lawrence was on a special level coming out of Clemson in that 2000, I think it was 2000 or 2021. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Let me see. And shout out to CGR. He says haters gonna hate, no doubt, man, no doubt. Saludos to Big Mike Raider. Let's get our quarterback. Mendoza is our dude. He will deliver. It's our time to shine. You're bro from Tijuana, Mexico. Go Raiders. Shout out to Armando Castillo Lomeli from Tijuana, Mexico, man. Salute to you, man. Much love. Thanks for popping in. Let me see. Let's scroll down. I'm going to read a couple more right here, and then we're going to get into the next thing, and I'm going to get you guys out of here because Wasted is up next, man. Let me see. Armando Castillo, once again, he says, Raiders are in the driver's seat in this drive. Don't crash the car. Fernandomania coming to Vegas. Let's go. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let me see. JX Raider, he says, for real, I want to see Mendoza struggle a bit. Let's see how he handles it. Yeah. I hate to say it that way, but hey, every quarterback in this league goes through a little bit of struggle. I want to see it early on. I want to see how he responds to that struggle. I want to see the demeanor. I want to see his body language. I want to see what happens if he gets hit in the mouth a couple of times. I want to see how he reacts if he's down double digits or down 7 late in the game. What are we going to get? What kind of Fernando Mendoza are we getting in those type of situations? That's what I want to see from Fernando Mendoza today. Let me see. Let me scroll down just a little bit right here. Tyreek Hill cap hit going to really hurt the Dolphins. Yeah. That's a tough job to get because you're fighting through a lot of stuff culturally. As far as Miami goes, they're great at home, but when it comes to playing on the road, particularly in the playoffs, they just don't they can't get it done. This is historically, this is not just a recent deal. This has been for the last 30 or 40 years. The Dolphins just can't get it done on the road. So that's a tall task to ask for any head coach coming in over there. Let me see. Shout out to Martin in the building. He says, are we mentally and emotionally ready for success in the next few years? Emotionally and mentally, that's a good question. Mentally, yes. Mentally, I'm ready. Emotionally, no, because, if we do succeed, right, that fall, if we lose in the playoffs or something like that, that's going to be a heartbreaker. But guys, when we get there, always remember where we came from, right? We had 2 or 3 wins ever since I've been a content creator, doing Raider stuff for the last 3 years. I think we have a total of like maybe 12 wins in 3 years or something like that. It's been a rare occasion where I can report wins to you guys, is what I'm saying. So, it would be a nice change of pace, I will say, man. Let me see. Let's scroll down a little bit, man. Let's say get a good coach in Mendoza plus O-line, D-line. We're dominant AFC for the next 10 years. It's wide open if you had to ask me, man. And nobody in this AFC is special to me, right? We look at the AFC Championship. We got the New England Patriots, who just came off a 4-win season last year, and now they're 1 win away from making the Super Bowl. And it was just making the right moves over the offseason. Quarterback comes in, you spend properly your cap space, and boom, AFC Championship. They might make it to the Super Bowl, right? We'll see on Sunday, this coming Sunday, but 4 wins last year to Super Bowl this year. So it can be changed. It can be changed. And I believe that it's not as far as people are saying, right? Let me see. Trying to go undefeated can choke some teams up historically. Yeah, it's going to be it's a mental block for sure. We'll see how the Hoosiers react, right? So let's put a pin in it. Shout out to Chris for Raiders. He says, thanks for content, Big Mike. Raiders get Mendoza, and I will buy you pastrami chili fries from the hat. Woo-wee. Pastrami chili cheese fries from the hat is fire. But Lucky Boys takes the cake, man. Shout out to Lucky Boy in Pasadena. Not the one on Walnut, the one on Arroyo, right? The chili cheese fries with pastrami from Lucky Boy is where it's at. I'm telling you that right now. And second, I shouldn't be eating none of that, man. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. If you buy it, I'll eat it. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. So let's put a pin in it real quick. So is more naysayers talking about Fernando Mendoza. Hey, which Lucky Boys? I already told you, the one on Arroyo, man. The one on Arroyo. Oh yeah, I know about Tams too. Tams is good too. All right. Let me not get caught up with the food, man. Let's talk about Fernando Mendoza. Let's talk about more naysayers of Fernando Mendoza. First one we're going to talk about is our very own Raiders alumni, Derek Carr. You guys probably already know. He's probably already seen this clip. It's been a few days old right now, but I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm going to give you my take. Let's jump into it. Let's see.
Okay, I'm all against that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I am all against it.
I'm with you. Yeah,
I don't know if they're ready for that. There's so many holes.
Because you got a great back.
So Derek Carr is talking about bringing in Fernando Mendoza as the #1 pick. He's saying, I'm not a fan of it. There's too many holes, right? Here's the thing about every year, the narrative of the #1 pick, right? Every year, the #1 pick, the experts, the media always say, hey, well, team A always, they should probably trade back because they have so many holes to fill, right? I beg to differ with as far as the Raiders go. Yeah, we have holes to fill, right? But we also have some cap space to protect Fernando Mendoza, right? It's not, I said this on the show previously. 2025 has nothing to do with 2026. Yeah, we had a terrible offensive line, but that was particularly coaching, right? And side note, I see Caleb Rogers, I see Charles Grant entering almost their second rookie year next year, right? We didn't see much of him last year. They didn't get the proper coaching and development, but with the right coaching and development, you're going to see some youngsters come out there and really improve and show some vast improvements, right? On top of what we bring in offensive line wise, I think that Fernando Mendoza is in better hands than what people are thinking. Let's let Derek Carr continue, man.
Back and
Yes.
we can't run the ball yet.
Yes.
At Indiana,
Yes.
that's all they do is run the ball.
There's no young quarterback that you're just going to insert
Right.
unless they fix other things.
Yeah.
If you just go out there and say, the quarterback's coming, he's going to fix it. Gino can read coverage.
Who? Gino can read coverage, guys. Hey, anyway, we won't even talk about Geno Smith. But to Derek Carr's defense, right? To Derek Carr's defense, right? It's almost a I get where he's coming from, right? You know, I'm almost a fan of the rookie quarterback sitting and watching, typically, right? Because the game is much faster. You have to learn the offense. You know, the speed of the game is a little bit different. If you have the luxury to not start him right away, go ahead and let him sit and learn, right? But we don't have the luxury of doing that. I'm not going to bring a bridge guy. I don't think that Geno Smith is coming back. That would have to be a relationship that would have to be completely mended between us and him. And I don't think we're interested in kind of reconciling that. I don't think he's interested in reconciling it the other way around either. And then a guy like Aiden O'Connell being the starter, I'm not a fan of that either. And then on top of that, I think Fernando Mendoza has a high floor to where he can handle being a plug and play and really kind of processing that offense, whoever our offensive coordinator is, him processing it right away just because of the brains I believe that he contains and the work ethic. I think he could do it. Let's see.
Gino knows where to go with
Aiden
the ball.
can go in and play.
Aiden knows coverage.
Yeah.
He can read the like. There's no young guy that's going to know more ball than them right now.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying?
100% with you.
I don't see someone that is just so crazy different schematically, like a Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Or someone that you can just come in and run something totally different.
Yeah, and like even going back to like, do you just see the
So that was Derek Carr speaking a little bit about Fernando Mendoza and the Raiders not selecting him number one. That he doesn't think it's a good idea. And I kind of understand where he's coming from to an extent. And guys, also keep this into consideration, right? Him and his brother kind of are kind of trauma bonding here just a little bit, right? We have Derek Carr, former Raider. He left on bad terms with the Raiders. He might still be a little bit salty about what's going on with the Raiders. He might even be trying to make a bid to become that bridge guy to kind of mentor Fernando Mendoza. Long shot, I know, right? I'm not suggesting that he's going to be a Raider once again, but I can see him kind of being like, hey, don't bring him in. He needs a bridge guy to learn this, but hey, I'm also free. You know, I'm sure it costs little to nothing to get my rights from the Saint. Long shot, right? But you know, he has a little bit of a conflict of interest, just a little bit, right? Also, you know, considering that David Carr went through a similar situation when he was drafted by the Texans in 2002, where his rookie year, he got absolutely blasted by defenses on a weekly basis. I think he had the NFL record for most sacks in a season with the Texans. Yes, it was an expansion team, but the point was they didn't have the offensive line to protect David Carr, Derek Carr's older brother, and because of that reason, David Carr struggled throughout his entire career, right? So I think it's almost kind of like a trauma bond situation where they're both kind of, you know, like, hey, don't do it. I don't want this to happen to me. And hey, it's the Raiders. They got so much holes to fill, you know, bridge quarterback, maybe, you know. So there's a little bit of conflict of interest there. What do you guys think about it, man? Let me know. Let me see. Shout out to my boy, my brother, Crypto Tales in the building, man. I saw it. He says, I don't care what Carr says, man. I saw it, man. Hey, much love to you, man. Thanks for popping in, bro. Let me see. Carr just mad Mendoza's about to get busy at the Bunny Ranch in Vegas and not him, man. And 87 Nada says, and hell no to Lamar, Josh Allen, any other recycling joints, man. 2014 Carr didn't have a bridge when he came to starter, and he was a second-round pick. He actually stole that job. He wasn't slated to be the starter that year. I think it was either Matt Schaub or Matt Flynn or one of those two. I can't remember at this point. But he wasn't slated to be the starter. He actually stole in the preseason. Carr thinks because he's miserable as taking the second round that we shouldn't draft one overall. F him. Hey, it's conflict of interest for sure, man. We got another one. I got two more to show you guys, and then, hey, we're about to get up out of here, man. Wasted Talent is coming up. He's next on the block real soon, man. Make sure you guys check him out in the next 20 minutes or so. Let's check out the next one.
Crybaby guy after every game.
Mendoza?
Yes, Mendoza. Who
What's
cries
he crying?
every
He
game?
doesn't cry.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
So, on a weekly basis, Jason Whitlock brings in Coach JB, and they talk about weekly sports topics. Lately, it's been about Fernando Mendoza. Jason Whitlock is on board with the Fernando Mendoza thing. He is part of Fernandomania, whether you like him or not, right? That's not the debate. That's not the point here. But Coach JB, he absolutely hates Fernando Mendoza. Let's hear what Coach JB has to say.
I'm so tired of hearing these crybabies. Jason, mediocrity is the new excellence. Just admit
What
it
is soft about Mendoza? Are you kidding me? What is soft about Mendoza?
You want crybaby leading your locker?
Does he cry? Am I missing something?
You never seen him cry after every game? You kidding me right now? Are you trolling me? Is that what they call it?
It sounds so beautiful. I want to give all the glory to God. We were never supposed to be in this position.
I want to.
Glory to God, the great coach.
Here's what you're underestimating about Mendoza. His willingness to prepare, his willingness to surrender to the head coach is a talent. He's coachable.
So was he a cancer in Cal? And he found God? Was he saved, Jason, when he left Cal? Was he just a...
Yes.
Crap.
Yes.
Hey,
JB, you're going to so regret this.
So that's Coach JB talking about Fernando Mendoza. I love Coach JB, man. Hey, even though I disagree with this one right here, man, but, you know, a lot of people, and that's including Raider fans, some Raider fans aren't the biggest fans of Fernando Mendoza for these same reasons that, you know, he's kind of soft. He was crying a little bit, and, you know, they want a tough guy. They want that bravado at the quarterback position, right? Hey, it's just ironic that our quarterback in the future who we're mortgaging our future for is a nerdy guy who's into finance, and he calls his mom mommy, and you know, he's kind of a nerd, right? I think it's hilarious. I think that it doesn't matter, right? And Whitlock made a good point. This guy is coachable. He's willing to learn. He's more of a submissive guy to the coaches. And because of that, I think he's going to succeed. Throw that in with some of his work ethic. I think Mendoza's in good hands, right? I don't know, man. And shout out to JX Raider. He says this is what we need. No doubt, man. Raider fella says he's mentally tough. I don't care about his personality. Facts. I agree. Why don't you find a clip of JB saying Caleb Williams was the shit and the Super Bowl winning quarterback on year one? You know, it's funny. He kind of flip-flopped that a little bit if that's the case, because he does not like Caleb Williams at this point now, right? But that's another one of the naysayers as well, man. Let's jump into the next one. This one's a little bit kind of lighthearted, right? Two of my favorite comedians, Bill Burr and Paul Verzi, they have a podcast together, and hey, you know you made it when people outside the sports realm are talking about you. We're going to see what Bill Burr and Paul Verzi, two comedians, have to say.
On another level. I got to tell you, like, I watched the...
Let me see. Let me remove this first. Let me see.
But I'm going to. I saw the Heisman Trophy when he won it. Just his speech and everything. It's like super smart kid. Like if he goes on to the NFL and has any type of a career, like he's going to be like in football broadcasting. You see the whole thing. This kid is a layup.
Anytime a guy cries and goes, "Mommy," and then they show the mother, I'm like, this guy's a sweetheart. This guy loves his mother.
Mommy. This is your trophy as much as it is mine.
Yeah, because he didn't say my mom and dad. He goes, "Mommy."
He said, "Mommy's weird to me."
He goes, "Mama, you believe his mom?" He said, "Mama" or "Mommy."
I can deal with the mama. I can't deal with the mommy past a certain level. That's like George W. Bush when he used to call his dad Daddy.
It's
just like, dude, you got to stop doing that. You're a grown fucking man.
Hey, Daddy. Yeah, it's a South thing too.
Saddam Hussein trying to kill my daddy.
Something a little lighthearted. That was Bill Burr and Paul Verzi talking about Fernando Mendoza. A lot of people, that's part of their naysaying narrative, is that he's soft, right? Hey, we'll see tonight what he brings to the table, right? I want to see how he reacts to adversity, how he reacts to getting punched in the mouth. That is part of the game of football, right? You're not going to go out there flying high week after week. We're seeing guys like Josh Allen. We're seeing guys like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson struggling a bit at this stage of their career, just to a certain degree, getting hit in the mouth, and it really matters how you react. I want to see what Fernando Mendoza brings to the table tonight, man. What do you guys think about it? Tell me what you think, man, and we're about to get up out of here. I'm going to address some of you guys' comments for about 5 minutes, and we're going to get up out of here, man. Let me know what you guys think. He says, shout out to Rosetown Native 707. Just have Mendoza watch Menace to Society. He'll be all right. Just to harden him up just a little bit, right? Hey, there you go, man. Mendoza will toughen up when he enters Allegiant Stadium, man. Hey, there you go, man. CGR says, great show, man. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. Hey, and we got 154 in the building. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Man, come on, do it. Make sure you share this out to everybody. Let's let this channel grow. We're almost to 6,000, guys. We're less than 200 way to 6,000. Man, it's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy that we got here to this point, man. Much love to all you guys that have shown love and support leading up to this point, man. Make sure you continue to do so and share it out and become a member of the Big Mike Raider fleet, man. Much love to you guys. Let me see. JX Raider says, love the show, Mike. Hey, much love to you, man. I appreciate your support. Let's see. Let's see. Shout out to my guy, Crypto Tales. He says, hit them thumbs up, man. Much love to you, bro. Much love to you. Let's see. Let's see. Mendoza has been hit in the mouth and did just fine. See Ohio State game. I want to see it again. You're right. You're absolutely right, but I want to see it again, man. Let me see. Martin says Mendoza can warm up with the Raiderettes for all I care. Facts. Just win, right? That's the name of the game. Let me see. Hank Schrader, man. Much love to you. Thanks for popping in. Ron Justice. Fire content as always. Much love to you. Just Mendoza, baby. It's a no-brainer. Pass on Mendoza and they'll never hear the end of it and lose even more fan base. And that's a fact. Just Mendoza, you already know, man. You already know, man. Hey, and I appreciate the 20 spot that you sent over there on my PayPal, man. Much love to you. Much love to you. Also, if you guys are interested in that, it's in the comments as well. If you guys want to check out PayPal, Cash App, and all the other good stuff, man, you guys can hit that up as well. Mendoza's been tough this season. Absolutely, man. I want to see it in the biggest stage. That's kind of what I'm ready to see. Let me see. Let Mendoza cook. Hey, game number 1, man. Much love to you. Salute Big Mike and the fleet. Hell yeah, man. Much love to you. Salute to the Big Mike Raider fleet. Let me see. CGR says, stay safe, nation. Much love to my guy, CGR, the mod father in the building, man. Much love to you, man. Thanks for popping in. Much support. Much love to you. And enjoy the game tonight, too, man. Let me see. Hey, Mendoza got sacked twice out of the gate against Oregon, then buried them. Yeah, hey, that's why you watched the whole game, right? Let me see. Mendoza will study the culture of the Raiders. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I think he's going to be all right. He's in good hands. He's going to have the Condor to guide him. He'll be all right, man. Let me see. All the jokes about this kid, he is a baller, plus his mom has MS and is in a wheelchair. I still want to draft him. Yeah. Hey, he's a high character guy who also has the ability, right? That's kind of what you're looking at. Yeah, there you go, man. Let me see. Ron Justice says Minnie Doza is going to be a fan favorite like nothing before, man. And he says Max will be his homie. Yeah, no doubt, man. But hey, guys, we got 146 in the building. I'm wrapping this thing up. Go ahead and check out Down the Dial, Wasted Talent in about 10 minutes. Go ahead and check it out. He has a great perspective on this game, great insight, and he has a lot to talk about. You guys are going to see me later this week. We're going to go over some free agents, and we're going to play a little Monopoly, right? We're going to start out with cap space, and then we're going to pick up some guys and then, kind of see how it fits in. And then we'll do a mock draft at the end. We're going to be doing that at the end of this week. Maybe Saturday. My birthday's on Saturday. We might do something on Saturday. Who knows? I'll be the big 3-9, a little bit of information for you guys. So maybe you guys might see me on Saturday or maybe earlier. But we're going to cover some free agency stuff and some good stuff as well. You guys will see me this week for sure. Shout out to Erica Ramos in the building. Big Mike Raider. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Thanks for popping in. Let me see. Just Mendoza, baby. Just be careful giving Mike his flowers on Waste His Lives. Oh, man. Hey, yeah, I kind of saw that, man. That's not for me to speak on, but hey, I don't know, man. Hopefully can't really close. I can't really control what my guy Wasted does, man. But yeah, I'll talk to him about it, man. Much love to you, bro. You're a big supporter of mine. So, we'll see if we can fix it, man. But hey, that's Wasted over there, man. Let me see. Ron Justice says, let's party. Yeah, this Saturday is my birthday. I'll be 39. I'm old. I'm getting old. But that's the show, y'all. I will see you later on this week. Shout out to everybody who showed love and support. 135 in the building. And especially shout out to my newest members of the Big Mike Raider fleet. Daniel Caps became a member today. Much love to you, man. Much love to you, and welcome aboard once again. Balds in Nation. Okay, Balds Insation in the building, became a member today. Shout out to you. Much love to you. And hey, Christopher Raiders, trying to make me gain 20 pounds with them chili cheese fries from the hat. Much love to you becoming a member, man. I appreciate you guys. And hey, we're about to get out of here. And hey, go check out Wasted Talent in about 10 minutes. Much love to you. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Your light illuminates their imperfections, hence their attempts to dull your shine. Light 'em up.
My name and flowers grew right out the brown soil. My vision's clear as glass, the robe is purple satin plus the crown's royal. Allow me to give you a demonstration. Holding your breath, waiting for me to fail only brings hyperventilation. See, I'm a soldier that's ready for any situation. So me and life double dated my trials and tribulations. Won't be remembered for not speaking out. I Google map my whole approach, so I chose not to take the peaceful route. I promise I can't make this shit up. I shed a tear, then used the mic stand to hold my chin up. They plot and strategize on different ways to make me give up. That's easier said than done, like a woman that's 9 months pregnant doing sit-ups. Yeah, I read the book of life, defeat was never in my story. Just brutal fights on the battlefield is bloody and gory. Showing off is a fool's idea of glory. Call me foolish, then in the clutch I make them drop like I was Robert Ory. See, in this world you gotta sink or swim. Boy, I'm a legend. When I die my presence never will be felt again. This greatness rare, but see I kept it in. Isolation and the demons, guardian angels been my only friend. I've been at war with myself in silence. Had a mental malfunction, forced to go into hiding. For
I hope
powerless
you're
like
watching right
outside
now,
and
because
losing
then you're gonna understand. Whoever get in my way, I'ma dog walk their ass.